Hello, ladies and gentlemen. On this re-syndication edition of Real Talk with B, we're going to discuss stupidity in general, but it's in reference to the John Fetterman, Dr. Oz debacle, for lack of a better term. So, and also, I will sprinkle in some other commentary if it warrants, because I'm led by the Spirit. But anywho, about this particular situation. So in the book of Galatians, it states pretty clearly here something that I want to emphasize along with a verse that I've used before in reference to what I'm about to say. So in Galatians, it states 6:8 of Galatians. For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reapeth corruption. But he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting. One more time. For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption. But he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting. So, in this situation with Mr. Fetterman Naz, Memenaz, the doctor, right? He clearly has a speech impediment of some kind. Okay? So, I'm talking to you now. And you're talking to a gentleman who, because of my appearance or how I present myself to people in the natural, get categorized or felt like I'm not, well off because of my physical stature, because I was born with a limitation, right? And basically what that entails is people like to put you in a box. So in this particular situation, a limitation physically, I mind you. But with God, there's no limitations clearly. So I just want to make that clear. So in essence, like you have a situation where, as I'm about to say this and use that verse, all right, it also entails, for example, that Mr. Fetterman has an issue. And he's aware of it, but the family got along with it. So the Bible also talks about in the book of Matthew 6:21 or thereabouts. For where your heart is, there will also there will be a treasure also. For where your heart is, there will also be a treasure also. So this is political gain. This is things that go beneath other individuals. Mind you, the people behind Fetterman, even the people backing Oz, they were trying to make a point, the Oz grouping, about Fetterman is fit for office. But we understand with the current administration in office how convoluted this stuff is, and it takes a village. So it's not necessarily the candidate himself in Fetterman that is all in on this, but clearly he has something to gain, and the family's backing this because the person that's in the White House currently at this moment, it wasn't necessarily all his decision, and the other people around him wanted to engage in this foolishness. So you got to be very careful in how you judge others, because you got to treat others the way you want to be treated, okay? If you treat them a certain way, it'll come back to you a certain way. So you can't categorize or judge a certain amount of people, even the person who's talking to you right now, and assume things that are in front of you or around you, because just because something happens in Fetterman's case, what happened to him, or Joe Biden, whatever's happened to him cognitively. Speaking for myself, it's, You don't want to be reminded constantly of what you can't do. You want to be encouraged of what you can do and how you're able to persevere over, the obstacles that are in front of you. So, in this particular sense, it's politics. It's an election coming up in about a week or two. But in essence, this is just an example of people enabling others and justifying behavior that neither John Fetterman deserves, Joe Biden deserves, or even a person like myself, because I understand what that is. But this is not about me. This is just about human compassion and dignity and respect. Yes, the argument is Joe Biden decided along with the family to do this, and now he's in office. The same thing with Fetterman. He's there, and he can win the seat there. But as the Bible says, what are you to gain the whole world if you're going to lose your soul? So that is something I would definitely keep in mind when you're criticizing or you're judging these people because of certain things. That is clear as day what is going on. But in terms of the judgment, it's very difficult to judge others when they're in a situation that they're in. And it's right in front of your face. But you got to be careful how you perceive others, because you don't know the whole story unless you communicate with them. Don't always look at what you can see with your eyes. Look within yourself to see the person for who they are and think about the individual on the inside. And then you're able to better make an assessment on what needs to happen or how you'd best address a situation without making accusations or making a comedy out of it, because these things have layers to them. And at the end of the day, that is what's going on in this particular situation. With this political race, with something like Joe Biden in the position he is now, and somebody like myself who, no matter people in my family or people on the outside, they tend to lean on their own understanding and not trust in the Lord. And when you trust in the Lord, okay, when you trust in the Lord, that's in the book of Proverbs. When you trust in the Lord, what's inside and what you transmit from out of it is what matters. Because what comes in and what comes out is the true essence of who we are as human beings. And if we are to get the everlasting light that we aspire to have, this particular verse that I said is when you go by the Spirit, you will have that everlasting life. So that is my 2 cents on the matter. That is going by the Spirit. This has been Real Talk with B. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Subscribe if you like my channel. And until next time, blessings.